Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 10th of September. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director of Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Technology One, Propac Packaging, New Farm, Impedimed and Coden. So if you have a request, send it through. Make sure you've signed up to our newsletter. If you enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media and even leave us a review on Facebook or Google. We do have other services. Our main service is portfolio management, so please give me a call if you need further help with your portfolio. And remember, any advice, of course, is general only. So we've got a daily chart of Technology One here. Clearly since the peak in May, it's been in a downtrend. Seemed like it was slowing down about a month ago and was ready to get going again, but it's just resumed that downwards movement, and if anything, it's starting to accelerate. So, at the moment the risk is to the downside. It's still too early to buy. I think it's the type of company that would be a buy at some stage, but we just need to see further evidence of this downtrend ending. So we really need to see proper moves higher and some higher lows in place. But for the moment, I think the risk is to the downside. Propac, as we can see here, it's probably best to look at a weekly chart based on the liquidity. So in terms of the recent move here, sort of a few months or so ago, it looks like it's broken this downtrend, which is good. In terms of the recent pullback, it does look fairly corrective compared to this impulsive rally, which is a positive. However, volume is picking up on the way down. So ideally we want to see the big volume on the way up and lower volume on the way down. So that is a slight concern. So at the moment it looks like it'll probably continue drifting. I think we just need to see a big sort of solid week in PPG and good volume coming in to let us know it's ready to head higher again. So New Farm. So on the daily chart, what we've seen is a nice sort of retest of this March low. So it's come all the way back to that March low, and then it's put in a solid couple of days, including yesterday when the market was down, and volume is picking up a bit. So far that's a good sign. Looks like we're getting a reversal here at the March low, which is what it needs to do. So there is a good chance it rallies from here. In terms of the next buy point, I'd prefer to see it get through this sort of peak in August. So I think if we could see it closing up above here, that will make me more confident that we do have some further upside, and that would be the buy point. Okay, IPD Impedimed. So as we could see, it just has not been making any progress recently, but the overall picture does look pretty interesting. So what I like is we've got this consolidation here against this big spike. So this spike was done on volume, as we could see, and then since then it's just drifted sideways on lower volume. So if there was a problem with this stock after jumping like this, you'd expect it to be sold back down here, but any selling just can't seem to push it down. It seems to be drying up. Obviously, we've got a range here that it needs to break. So there is always a risk it still falls to the downside, but I think that this overall pattern looks pretty interesting. I'd like to see it clear this this range, and then once it does that, if it does that, that would lead to a pretty strong rally. So I guess it's one to keep an eye on. Okay, in Coden. So I like the way this is trading here. So basically, first up, the rally off the March low. It initially got towards the February peak and then consolidated under that, which was good. And then we could see it break out here. So that was the buy signal. It's had a big rally since that buy signal, and all it's doing now is consolidating again in the shape of a flag. So what we've got is a rally here, big volume, consolidation, lower volume, so just classic charting patterns there. And all we need to do now is just see a break, like a proper big sort of move up. At the moment, the risk is still just to the downside, so it could well continue to drift back here. So it's just worth watching. We just need to see that big move higher out of the flag, and then that'll resume the uptrend. All right, well, that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through. We get a lot of requests, but I'll try to include yours for you.